Hey guys, how's it going? Today's video is just gonna be a quick 1 week review of owning my Tesla. I picked it up last weekend down in Santa Barbara, and it was an amazing experience. I mean, I was in and out in like 15 minutes. So shout out to the team down there. I think they did great. I purchased mine out of the Bakersfield office here behind the Walmart. It's kind of like this quasi business area. And shout out to Jerry, he did great. Really happy with my car. So real quick, I'll show you a little bit of the driving after this, but I just want to go over a few things after owning this for a week. I do not have a 220 charger in my garage yet. I have to flip my 220 outlet to have it in the garage, so I'm going to be doing that here soon. So I'm just charging off the 110. So this is my review of owning this and charging off the 110. I've used the supercharger once on the way back from Santa Barbara, and that was a fantastic experience. So first I'll start off with the purchasing. I had a trade-in. I did everything online. It was super easy. My trade-in had a little bit of residual value, but it's pretty much just swapped out. It was a lease off another company. I had a Subaru before this, so we took in the Subaru and we traded it out. Everything was done online, the offer, all that stuff. The final offer they gave me, I did get in Santa Barbara, so the day of the trade-in. So I whatever was left over wasn't much, so we just put it on the car, but pretty much nothing down. And it was an experience like no other, because you're not haggling, you're not sitting there in the dealership for hours. Literally, got there. My brother went to go use the restroom. By the time he got out of the restroom, I was ready to sit in my car, getting the tutorial of how to turn everything on and everything. The walkthrough wasn't very in depth because there was a lot of people picking up their cars that day. They're trying to close out the quarter, so of course I got my car pretty quick. And in and out, I drove it, and it was amazing. We did some of the autopilot on the way back. You had to drive it for a while. And also, I didn't update it, so it didn't have all the full self-driving features for some reason. I don't know. So I have the full self-driving upgrade on my Tesla, and it was on autopilot, but it didn't have the full self-driving features. So it was a little weird getting used to. But then we stopped on the supercharger over there in Valencia, and we were about 50%, and in 10 minutes we were up to 80%. So I'm really happy about that. I was a little worried about the supercharging. And we had a 150 kilowatt, and it was, like I said, 10 minutes we were at 80% back on the road, and it was a great drive. This thing feels like a high-end vehicle. It feels like a Mercedes or a BMW when you drive it, but the acceleration's way better. So it's a fun car. The cons of owning this for a week is the details. I have this panel right here. Actually, there's a gap, so if I open up the door, you can kind of see where this gap is right here. See, that's not supposed to be there. The other side doesn't have it, but all I do is I do that and it's back. I mean, but for almost a $60,000 car, you shouldn't have to be doing that. But Teslas are known for not having the fine-tuned stuff. And the battery life on it, they have you switch it when you're there, and I kind of figured this out. They have you switch it from the mileage, the anticipated mileage, to the percentage of how much is in the battery at the dealership. And I think I figured out why. Is because here in Bakersfield today is 115 degrees. So you're using your air conditioner, you're using your stereo, you're using everything in here. You are sucking up that battery. I'm just being honest. After having it a week, I'll drive 2 miles and I'll say I'll use about 5 miles of battery, and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. So I think that's why they have you switch it there at the dealership, so you don't see like, boom, your miles are gone. So I do think you use about double the mileage, especially in the heat, in the summer heat here in Bakersfield, because like I said, it's 100 and something degrees. So I think when you're using the air conditioner or heater, it does drastically cut your mileage. I want to say it cuts it in half. So if you're going 2 miles, you're going to rack up 5 miles. If you're going 10 miles, you rack up 20 miles of usage. That's my opinion. I am not a scientist. I don't care. I just owned the car for, like I said, a week. That's what I'm noticing. The sound system is ridiculously awesome. I am a former audio engineer, mixed music and all that stuff like that. Great sound system. I love it. The fact that you can cool your car down, like I said, it's summer here, 100 and something degrees. You cool your car down 15 minutes before you jump in it, and it's nice and fresh. I really do suggest, if you can, get tinting all on the windows, because it is hotter than hell in this car. And I got the black leather because I liked how it looked better than the white, believe it or not. And it is hotter than hell in here. The charging, all these little bells and whistles, it's awesome. Do I regret getting this car? No, I do not. I am super happy with it. There are little things, like I said, like this pillar right here sucks, but the overall look of it, the black handles versus the chrome, all the accents are great. It drives amazing. It has super, just amazing acceleration, and it just, I think there's a lot of pros to having a Tesla. Unless, again, so once I get that wall charger mounted, I'll be charging it a lot faster, so that's not really a con. And also, built some superchargers here in Bakersfield. I mean, come on, we're the biggest city from LA to Fresno, and you're not gonna have superchargers? I don't understand why not. But that, of course, I'm not a billionaire, so I don't have that answer, but I think you should at least build superchargers where a lot of people have your cars, and you have a dealership here. I mean, at least look into something like that. That'd be great. I mean, if I had a supercharger here, I wouldn't have to charge it home all the time. I'm not gonna drive to the Tojon outlets 30 miles away, or the I-5, which is about 25, 30 miles away, just to supercharge and burn on the way back. It doesn't make sense. So anyways, just stay tuned. You'll see me drive it a little bit. I'm holding the phone, driving, whatever. It's self-driving itself. I wasn't, if I'm breaking any laws, I wasn't holding the phone. So anyways, I hope you guys like the video. Subscribe. I'm gonna be coming out with more stuff, and some more videos out coming soon. Do you hear it pop? Yeah, that was the thing popping back out. Hey! Alright, anyways guys, see ya. So the car is self-driving right now. I have my hand on the wheel, but you know, right now with this self-driving beta, it's okay. I mean, you see it's driving itself. It's on autopilot. These wider streets right here, it has issues with them. If it's not a standard lane like the one next to me, it has an issue of centering and stuff. It kind of weaves back and forth. So I just want to show you guys some live video of it driving itself. It's taking this curve and it's doing a good job, but this is what it's like driving with the new Tesla Vision right now. I give it a B. You know, there are some things, a little while ago I was going to start recording this, but it started to act funny, and it wasn't braking when it should have been, right behind another car, and so I stopped it there. So I just want to give you guys a little bit of insight. See, I'm going to tap the gas to let it know it's a green light, and I just tapped it and let it know to keep going. But it shouldn't be where you have to grab the wheel if it's full self-driving, but it is what it is, and it's driving here in town in Bakersfield, California. It's currently 112 degrees right now. So the other thing too is that it actually, see, I got out of autopilot there, or actually out of full self-driving, because it's telling me to grab the wheel. It's a little easier if I do that. But it's full self-driving most of the time. But I was gonna say, with the battery, the AC's on full blast. It's 112 degrees. So I find it's taking about double what normally it would. So let's say if you were going somewhere and it was 10 miles away in this weather and I have full blast AC, it's gonna use about 20 miles of battery. So right now I'm on my way to meet some clients, and it's like about 5-mile drive, and I've already used about 6 miles, and I'm about 3 miles from my house. So that's how I would probably calculate it. When they told me, when I first got the delivery, they told me to put it to percentage. I think the reason why they did that was because they saw how fast you burn through if you use the miles, the mile calculation. So I think they didn't want to scare you saying, oh, you have right now like 244 miles, but in actuality, driving around in Bakersfield, you'll probably get 150 miles out of it. So it did well on the freeway, but it just doesn't do as well in town with gas. So I'm going to put it back in autopilot and full self-driving, So you see that car just turned off right there. But yeah, it's cool. It's still awesome. I love it. But as you can see, it's going pretty fast. The surface street speed limit is 55 right here, and it takes off pretty fast. And it kind of makes me a little nervous. I'm more of a conservative driver. But as you can see, hands-free. It's driving itself. I'm keeping an eye out, so if it needs me to grab anything, you see this little intersection right here where it gets off the truck's extension. It does pretty well. This is more like a little freeway stretch right here. So it drives pretty well. I hope if you're looking to get a Tesla, I think it's worth it. So it's telling me to grab the wheel. So I grab the wheel right now. I just don't. I hate these check-ins. I really do. I think if you pay $10,000 so it drives itself, then let it drive itself and not have to grab and shake the wheel every couple minutes. I think that's BS. You know, drop it down to $5,000. You know, supposedly it's coming out, but we'll see. So we'll see. Oh, here's this red light coming up right now. I got my foot on the brake just in case. It does pretty good with the stopping, though. I got to give it that. So it wants me to check in right there. It's annoying. It really is. I think they can do better with it. Yeah. So I don't know if it's just California regulation, but it is what it is. So, anyways, I just want to show you some driving with this. So hopefully soon they'll fix this. Supposedly we're gonna get that update pretty soon. So again, this is July 9th, 2021. So all right.